Satnam, good evening. Whew, it's hot in here. I just, I taught Kundalini Yoga tonight, so I'm excited because it's nice to be back to my community and the most amazing, beautiful, supportive, uplifting people ever. They didn't expect that I was teaching. I guess the memo got dropped, but the bottom line was that when I walked in, they were pleasant. They had smiles on their faces, and they told me how much they miss me, and that you know, of course, they were sorry about my mom. And one of my other teacher colleagues basically showed up as well, and when she showed up, she was already set up and she was getting ready to teach, and I walked in and I said, well, if you want to teach, it's okay, but she said, you need to teach, and I agreed. I do need to teach because that's where I feel I serve the best and the most. And we did a Kriya for anger, a Kriya set for anger that was amazing. And because I've done other Kriyas before for relieving inner anger, but this particular Kriya, it's a very powerful Kriya. So it was also not as easy. It was somewhat challenging, but I really enjoyed it. It just felt really good to be back in there. So yeah, that's what I just did. And then I swung by Whole Foods because I needed some things. And I'm still trying to get my appetite back. I didn't really eat the past two days. On Friday, I really didn't eat anything. And then on Saturday, yesterday, I had a salad that I actually had a chocolate bar that we brought back from Omaha that was rose and lavender, which was really yummy. I tell you what, the spicy one was better. But I made up a taco salad because I still had some taco meat in the fridge, of which I have still, and I'm going to get rid of it in my belly tonight. But I'm super excited to be back, and I can't thank you all enough for your loving support, your donations. I still need to sit down. I'm catching up. I've got everything in the house is like kind of disarray, and it's a matter of catching up with just the menial things. Anybody else out there? If you're out there, do you notice when you go on trips that you come home and you got lots to catch up on? Usually when I go on a trip that's planned, I do all of my laundry so that when I come home, the bed is made with fresh linens, my sheets and my towels, everything's fresh and clean, my clothes, there's nothing to be washed, so that when I walk in the door, it's like coming back to a hotel, the closest thing, you know, your own hotel. And then I have just whatever I bring back, because sometimes I clean my clothes while I'm out on road trips, and I actually haven't done a road trip in a long time. This was definitely a long one. But, so, anyway, yeah. So, who all's out there? Let me know in the comments. I've been missing engaging with all of y'all. I mean, I've tried to engage as much as possible, but you know, I love you all. Hi, Darcy. I think I see Cheryl, hey, and Laura, all you beautiful rock and rad stars. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't let me go to the side like when you're on your personal, I just noticed. Oopsie. All right, well, let me know in the comments what you're doing today. Do you know it's National Ice Cream Day? Who doesn't like some ice cream? So that's what I did. When I went to Whole Foods, I got some, hey Cheryl, hey Robin, hi Lisa. I went to Whole Foods just because I thought I needed a couple things. And knowing it's National Ice Cream Day, well, I actually picked up 3 things of ice cream and didn't realize that I was coinciding. I just was wanting to try the new flavors. And because, just in case you didn't know, Whole Foods has their own dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, almond-based ice cream alternative. So I got 2 of those to try because the flavors were unique. I've been wanting to try them. And then the other one that I got was Not a Moo because it was on sale. So, and then when you're a Prime member, you get another 10% off of yellow sale ticketed items. How rad is that? So I'm still kind of getting my mojo back. I'm still a little bit shaky physically and everything else. Yeah, I can't say that I feel myself still, but I feel better to be back in my my turban, my whites, to be back in community and beautiful people who support me. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to take this bag, because they've been sitting there a little bit long, but I might do a taste. I'm probably going to open them up and just taste them all over here because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to make a salad for myself, like I said, with that taco meat. All right, we're going to start with this ice cream, but I got to get to the bottom, which means I got to take out the bananas that I got. Everything has its place when you have a small kitchen, right? Okay, so just real quick, if you're a Rebel drinker, this is what I picked up. These were 2 for $5, which is $2.50 a bottle. That's cheaper than what I normally get them for. This is a new flavor, Shazandra and berries and cream. Hey Diana, thank you for all your loving messages. I truly appreciate it. And then I just figured, well, mango spice. Look at that, ashwagandha, turmeric. I mean, you can't beat that with some cayenne and ginger. Spice it up. And the maca mocha. I like these. These are good. I don't have to have them all the time. And a lot of times with these chocolate-based ones, I'll usually dilute it with water, or I'll add some tea or something to it, because it is actually kind of thick. So we got to the ice cream. Here are the 3 flavors we got. I'm gonna love this. So I can't read my comments. I'm sorry. You know, I really wanted to read the comments and engage with you. All I can see is like the bottom of a screenshot. Okay, so we got 365 is the Whole Foods brand, if you didn't already know this. And this is Coconut Almond Bliss with chocolate flakes. And of course, for me, the most important thing is always going to be gluten-free. I didn't eat so well because, again, on this trip, it was really hard to find. When you don't have your own accommodations, you're not able to prepare food the way you're used to, it makes it a little bit more challenging. And y'all know I probably would have gotten all extravagant and done salads and everything else if I had the appetite. But for me, I have to admit, I just had to get stuff that was grab and go. And even then, it wasn't enough. And it was the best I could do. In fact, half the time, I wasn't even able to think about what can I eat. You know, my mind wasn't able to function and focus on, I know my body needs nourishment, but I don't know what it is it needs in it. So, the other one I got, because I really like this one, for Nadamu, and they're on sale for $3.99 right now, plus 10% off. Maple pecan, right? Yeah, in these challenging times, let me tell you, I'm reaching for some things that just soothe my heart right now. And the other one, so we're up in Omaha and I'm in the Whole Foods and I'm curious. Hi, Tarina. See, every once in a while I can see when you sign in. I hope I pronounce your name right. If I mispronounce your name, please correct me as best you can. So we have an almond milk berry chantilly cake. Now, it says gluten-free, so of course you know I was all over that. But when we were in Omaha, I didn't grab it because I was afraid that, well, we didn't have any place to store it, and my sister's place was small. And then we were at the last couple of days we went to Airbnb, and yeah. Has anybody out there ever Airbnb? That's what I want to know. What have your experiences been like? I've actually had pretty good ones, especially when I traveled with my dad in Europe. We used Airbnbs in Portugal and all. Did really well with that. I hooked us up with Airbnbs all in Portugal.
Oh, did you? You said chantilly. Like, these flavors you said sound delicious.
I know, right? And there were others, but I just kept it to 3.
And we've never had the 365 brand ice cream, have we?
No.
This is really, really cool.
I could eat all 3 in one sitting. I love it.
I wonder if they actually purchased a company and then just put the 365 label on it.
Because you know that's what a lot of companies do. This is a weird cap, though, because it has this kind of separator thing, and I'm not sure if you're supposed to take it off. Kind of like with the milk cartons. OMG, oh my gosh. Yeah, they're supposed to come off.
Ooh. Yummy. Well, I go this way, you go that way.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to do?
So we've had the Nadamu. Last time we had chocolate chip, right?
We did, but we've had this one, and we like that one a lot.
That texture looks pretty good.
Okay, grab your spoon, because we're going to do this together. And because it's so, I already got a lick of it.
Can you show them the ingredients first?
Oh, I can definitely do that. There's a lot more ingredients on this one. So we have almond milk. Let me allow you to see the front while we touch.
Don't drop it.
Almond milk, cane sugar, cake swirl, which is cane sugar, tapioca water, natural flavors, salt, pectin, organic annatto, color, organic locust bean gum, mixed berry swirl, which is tapioca syrup, which is a lot of like processed sugar, by the way. Strawberries, cane sugar, water, blueberries, raspberry concentrate, natural flavor, pectin, citric acid, locust bean gum, salt, organic tapioca syrup, organic cold pressed virgin coconut oil, pea protein, carabine gum, gelum gum, sunflower lecithin, emulsifier. Say that fast.
That's a lot. The pea protein is a good one.
It's on the lower end, which means it's not very much. But to be totally honest with you, that's a lot of ingredients.
That is a lot of ingredients. I bet you the Nadamu is going to be a lot less.
Oh, well,
a lot less, probably a third. But it's whole $365 now.
We gotta try it.
Price point.
$4.99, $3.99.
Were those on sale?
These were not on sale. I just figured while I'm there, I'm just gonna grab them because I wanted to try them.
So that one's more expensive.
That was more expensive because these were on sale.
You know these are gonna taste good though. Okay, you go first.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What? You're gonna swirl it? We have to turn the fan off.
No, the fan makes us cool.
All right, let's vote. Can you all hear the fan ninja flipping around? Or is our audio good, or should we turn the fan off?
I've had it on before, never had a problem. Just saying. You better get in on that.
Good.
It might not last. If you like strawberry shortcake, this is actually better in my opinion.
This reminds me of...
With strawberries, and we have strawberries because I got strawberries too. To me...
It reminds me of elementary ice cream.
Oh, with the little wooden thing?
Right?
Here's what I'm going to recommend that you do if you get this. Get yourself some fresh strawberries, cut them up, and put them in. Because, this is nice, but I think it would be better to cut the sweet, because it is super sweet.
That's a good idea.
I think we'll do that. So let's put this in the freezer.
Some berries. Blueberries, any kind of berry in there.
And
you don't need much of this. You could use this as the foundation of the base and just bury it up, huh?
We're going to bury it up.
It's good. It's good. Worth $5? I don't know. If you're used to the dryers or the briars or the non-healthy stuff, this is definitely a ninja flip up, but not the healthiest. Tastes good.
She said I couldn't hear it until you mentioned it.
The fan?
Yeah. So here's a funny story. Somebody just said don't eat it all on her.
So now, are we going to do... We'll stay with the 365.
Yeah, we're going to do that one next.
This is the one that caught my attention.
Is it? Well, go figure. I've got to,
Now these textures is a little bit different because haven't been freezing. So that would be a different if it's frozen, right?
Yeah, it'll be more like smoother. I think it'll be just as hard as the other almond milk one we had the other day. What one did we have? Was that... Because we've done coconut base, but... Hi Paige, how are you, honey?
Ice cream is different depending on how frozen it is, huh? You can have a super hard one, hard frozen, or you can have a freezer burn one, or you can have a melty one like that. Give them that thumb action, y'all. Look at this.
Oh my god. I like this. But again, it's sweet.
What?
It's, take a bite. We're going to take a bite. Ready? Oh, did
Coconut
you show
almond bliss. Same amount of kind of ingredients. Lots of ingredients. Boy, that looks like Reese's peanut butter, doesn't it?
Well, it kind of does, but it's with almonds. So they're chunks of almonds.
Yeah.
And there's some chips of chocolate in there. All right. She's cute. She goes, he ate the last chocolate one of yours.
How did y'all know that?
Because we did.
Y'all been watching the vlogs, huh? I did, and then I bought her a new one.
Hi, Jessica.
Did I eat the new one too? Oh, I bought you one that you didn't like that. That is really, really good. That tastes like a...
You talking about the Bananas Fosters that you ate up?
Yeah. This tastes...
I gotta taste it with it.
This tastes like a Snickers Almond Joy. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
It's got toasted almond. You can feel the toasted coconut in it. So to me, it's more like an Almond Joy.
That's good.
It's good. It really is. It's like an Almond Joy.
What would you put on that?
I don't know.
More coconut flakes.
You
think it has nothing there?
Right. All right, I'm done with that one.
Oh yeah, 365, y'all.
She
Whole
said
Foods
I pay
brand.
attention, Tom. Might have been my vlog when I pointed.
I have an idea. I was thinking about when I was riding the bike. We need to post our vlogs completely on opposite times.
I gotcha.
So say you post yours at 10 a.m., then I'll post mine at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Because what we're doing is we're posting 2 vlogs at 10 p.m. I haven't even posted my vlog today. It's only like a minute long. But from here on out, it's going to be like 15, 20 minutes long. It's just with everything that's going on. You've been keeping up on vlogs better than me.
Well, the thing is that it you know, I want to keep y'all informed because y'all have been so amazing and supportive during this time. And it has been challenging, especially when you're driving a car and everything else. Well, this will be better when it's frozen.
I already know I'm going to like that one better. I think I might have tried that one.
You have had. No, trust me. We both were agreeing that as much as I like the mint chocolate chip one, I love this one.
So now look at the ingredients. About at least half the ingredients.
Should we give them the front?
Much more optimal than Natamoo. Natamoo is much more optimal. And in this case, $1 cheaper.
There's pieces of, I think, pecan in it, which is the part I like. And it's really, really sweet though. It's when it's really sweet because of the maple.
Tastes like cold pancakes.
Let me see something real quick. It's got agave in it. That was the thing that I wasn't crazy about, but I really like the flavor.
Would you want date sugar or cane sugar instead of agave?
Date. And all the way, because agave, again, it's turned into liquid.
This tastes like a cold Waffle House pancake.
Hi, Aaron. I love pancakes with maple syrup and pecans. Y'all don't know, pancakes are probably my biggest comfort food. That if I need something, it'd be pancakes. Or now I got the raisin bread.
We have a ton of gluten-free pancakes on the meal plan.
Yeah, we do.
Or waffles. This one's good.
No, they're pancakes. I don't think we ever did a waffle because we don't have a waffle machine. But you could make a waffle out of it.
Y'all, I want to do a shout out. Isn't that funny? I want to do a plug for myself. And then we'll make this quick.
You didn't see that.
I've never raised money for myself. And yesterday, Facebook came out with a fundraiser thing. And I tried it twice and they denied it. So I was like, okay, I won't do it. So I did a third one and they approved it today. And it's called Roots of Hope. And I want to go to Kauai October 15th to December 15th for 60 days. And it got approved. And people have already donated over $500 just in the last couple hours, y'all. So I already have my ticket to Kauai, which is like around $300. And then I got to come back too. I'm trying to raise $6,500 for like my camping gear, any food, any shelter, my videography stuff, internet, all that stuff. So that means I can go check out the island for 60 days and I could do vlogs and I can go, hang out with the locals, and learn how to garden, check out the rain food forest that they have. And so it's already happening because within 5 hours, I got at least a plane ticket. So,
which is awesome, Sal.
Thank you all so much. And I think I'm going to do exactly what we did for your GoFundMe. Is that everybody that made a donation to help Lana and her family and her mom, they got the meal plan. And so I'll do the exact same thing. So it's a Facebook fund me. So it's not GoFundMe. It's a Facebook fund me. So if you make a donation, we'll give you the RADiculously RawThentic. And actually the link is right there. It's called Roots of Hope. Ninja flip it. Is it bit.ly?
Yeah.
bit.ly/ Roots of Hope, and that will take you to the Facebook fundraiser donation.
Do you want another bite?
Thank you.
Before I put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And I think you said that the difference is that with GoFundMe they take a cut, whereas this fundraiser doesn't. Is that what
at the point in the beta, Facebook does not take any funds from it, and they withdraw the funds every Wednesday,
which is a huge help.
So I'm gonna buy my ticket to Kauai on Wednesday.
There you go.
All right. Did you get those too?
Yes. So we have something else to review, and since we're at it, yeah, they were 2 for $5, which is like 50 cents cheaper than. I think it's 50 cents cheaper than what I usually pay.
I think I've tried this one, but I haven't tried that one.
This one's gone.
Wow, you smashed it.
Well, it's like I think they renamed the lemon tart, y'all, because this is one of my favorites. It's same ingredients.
Can we put water in there and get more flavor? You think?
Well, you can. I'll put a little and you can try.
We can't see comments.
I know, that's really weird. Usually we can at least see some.
Hi, Aaron. Ooh. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl says, I think I was sent to my Facebook email, which we can't read comments. That's not good.
Yeah.
So I should probably have a residue of that flavor, huh?
Hopefully. It's got a tang of the lemon, which I really, really like.
Ooh, that flavors the water a little bit.
So, let's see. Will anonymous donations that the name was given to you all be given in the meal plan as well? If you provided your email address, I know it is. I haven't been that up on it.
You want private message Lana or myself and just say, hey, I made an anonymous donation, and then give us your email address, and you'll have the RADiculously RawThentic 12-week meal plan in your inbox. If it's not in your inbox, check your spam, and you're good to go. And if and when you do get it, Ninja flip into the group and create a post and tell us a story. Tell us, because Tina is an amazing rock and rad star, and she's posting photos of the meal plan every single day. Yeah. And it really helps because you inspire. If you make a soup, if you make a tomato salad, it inspires others like, hey, I need to get back on the health train or whatever it is.
So here's what we got.
Yummy.
And I don't know if this one... So, let me check something. So I already took a sip of this. I want to try it again because I didn't really sip it well. This is Schizandra berries and creams. Schizandra, which is very amazing for vitamins, nutrients. Elderberry and forest honey. And this, it has pineapple in it.
But you can't have pineapple.
Well, I can't have a lot of it, but it could still give me a little bit of an issue. So, again, this is delish, I believe.
Is it really cold?
No. You want it cold.
Really cold, huh?
Yeah.
You can make even little ninja sickles out of these.
Probably. Because I think it's coconut based. Is it coconut based? Yeah, it's still coconut.
It's still really good. And wow, would that
doesn't it remind you kind of like apple juice a little bit?
It reminds me of a sweetened berry apple sauce that's chilled, but in a liquid format.
All right, next one we got 3 roots mango spice with ashwagandha, turmeric, ginger, and cayenne.
Ooh, now that's more of a healing one. That one has more of the real good stuff.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Always wanted to get married in Hawaii. I think that's like probably, I bet you it's like the #1 destination for marriage.
Lotta did my mohawk today, y'all. Look how clean and crispy she did it.
Or if you caught his live, because he caught me with my drawers. So funny.
Down, down, down. Oh, this is like golden milk. We can make this easily, huh?
Hi,
you can really get that kick. I like that. That'd be really good cold.
This is totally you. This one's special for you. I need to get more ashwagandha, I just reminded myself. Holy crap. I got so much stuff I got to catch up on. It's not even funny. I have a whole list of things I need to order online that I do bulk on. Sometimes it can be overwhelming if you beat yourself up about it, but then I just take a deep breath, like I just did, and remind myself that it will all get done and not to rush it. Whew. But you have those moments. Does anybody else out there have those moments? And now, this one I got for Tom because I love their chocolate blends. My favorite though is the reishi mushroom one, the reishi chocolate. This is maca mocha. I just like saying maca mocha. Maca maca maca. Because I grew up watching the Muppets. Hello. So it's dark cacao, chicory, and maca. No coffee. And all these ingredients are, to me, some of the best. This would be my go-to. This is totally for you.
Have I tried this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you have.
How many of these did you buy?
4 because they were 2 for $5.
You can't beat that. That's the best price.
Yeah, it is.
That's $2.50 a pop.
Piece. It's a pinky pop.
Wow, it's like chocolate milk.
And that's why I got it for you because it's got the
That's
maca
so good.
on it.
Yummy. Do you have any other cool things you can show them?
I needed some tomatoes.
Yay!
I got the bananas in the back, and we got, these were 2 for $5 as well.
That's good.
Plus the discount of 10%.
And they're organic?
Yes.
2 for $5. That's better than Costco's deal.
Yeah, so we got that, and yeah, good stuff. I'm trying to, I've got to clean the refrigerator out because we had food that didn't get eaten. So ultimately what I'm going to do if you, gosh, I can't read comments. I almost feel like I need to have a computer or something off to the side, or I thought about that. I almost went and got the computer in the other room. I really like the lemon tart though. But because it has the turmeric in it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Have you tried these? Anybody? If you're a Rebel drinker, let me know in the comments. And just in case, if this is your first time tuning in, yes, the refrigerator door is open. If this is your first time tuning in, let me know where you're from in the comments, what your health and fitness goals are. Maybe we can help serve you. Oh, wow. Hey, check you out. Sprouts have major good deals. Oh, I went to Sprouts the other day. Usually they're around the weekend, too, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what I got. Did Tom show that he got the Love Beets the other day when he went to Costco? I think that you get these before we went on our trip.
I did. You gotta use those.
Oh, no, they're vacuum sealed, honey.
You can use them for your salad anytime, right?
Yeah, I sometimes eat them whole. What I usually do is I'll just cut open a bag and I'll put them in a container and I'll eat them out whole if they even make it in the container, actually. It's amazing how much packaging gets used, right? Who's a big recycle person? Like me and my sister were laughing when we were together talking about how paper towels, you don't just wipe and throw it away. You hold on to the paper towel until you have to clean something up off the floor. Because inevitably, there's always something that gets spilled on the floor, right, ladies? This is just how me and my sister operate. And then on top of that, tissues, that's a totally different game. You put tissues in the trash. And actually, I put them in the recycling. You know why? Because if anybody knows anything about paper pulping, everything gets washed. So why would you worry about a tissue from blowing your nose or whatever, or wiping your face? Putting it in the trash just adds it to a landfill versus pulping it in a recycling plant. But that's the key to being educated about and learning. So it's always good to share information we know. And then if somebody else has information, it's sharing is caring, right? Doing the best we can with the information we got. So I got a little bit more of the taco meat left, which is perfect for the amount of salad I'm going to make. I made a salad last night. I didn't even end up eating it all. I ended up giving it to Tom because I was starting to feel queasy again.
It was really good. Tell them that you did with the juice.
Oh, Tom made a juice last night. Do you still have a juice, or did you drink it all?
I drank it all.
Oh, good, good. That's one less thing in the fridge. Because we try to eliminate, like, you know, especially when it's something good like that, right? That juice was good.
Kind of used it as a dressing.
Yeah, I added it as a dressing. And tonight I'm going to... So I got this at Sprouts the other day. I mean, usually you end up with these big box containers. Oh, the Rebel drinks I got at Whole Foods. And if you're a Prime member, whenever there's something discounted, you get another 10%. And there's a new thing where you link the app to your phone number. So if you forget the app or the phone or can't pull it up for whatever reason, all you do is give them your phone number now. So I did that tonight. So this is mixed greens. I'm going to have to pull out a bowl.
Tell them about the Whole Foods app.
That's what I...
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
The exact same thing? It's really easy, right?
It's so super easy. All you do is bring up the Whole Foods app, and they've got this little barcode that they scan. And like I said earlier tonight, when I was at Whole Foods, I actually was looking at it, and it said you can link your phone number to it. And I said to the guy, what does that mean? Because I'm sitting here going, I don't necessarily want to be getting messages from that. But instead, it means that it's linked to your account so that if you give them the phone number versus the app, you know, the scan, then they can put it in, so you're not having to pull out the app every time. And that was extremely helpful because he did it while I was there. I hit it, I applied it, and it was instantaneous. He said, give me your phone number, and it just popped up, no problem, right? Oh, So this is a turban for anybody who doesn't know.
Tell them about your event.
Oh yeah, if you're in the area, and even if you're not, please, especially if you're in Florida, make the drive out here. Road tripping, breath awareness. I'm going to talk about that as soon as I grab all my stuff because I want to make sure I've got everything I need. Oh, the onions and some, oh geez, that's stuck to it. Ooh. Alright, so we got kimchi. Oh my gosh, my kimchi is so good. I'm going to have to work on the kimchi too. Alright, I've got the greens, I've got the tomatoes, I need the lemon and the avocado. Always peel all your avocados so you grab the one that needs to be used the soonest. Now you can do lemon or lime. I'm going to do lime tonight. We came back and our watermelon was really bad. We had a huge watermelon on the counter. And from the top you wouldn't have thought it was bad, but under the surface it had already split and it was oozing out. And I'm like, oh, that needs to go outside. And as soon as I threw it in the compost, it broke open. So, let's see. I got the avocado today and a lime today. I like to have it every way and every day.
You look like Aladdin's girlfriend.
You're so funny. I'm not going to do that, but I thought about it.
Oh, were you gonna baboofa?
No, nothing bad.
I will put her up against any human being with baboofas. And she'll win the gold, silver, and bronze, y'all. It's like you don't even try, just hand her all 3 trophies and be like, peace. Shannon says, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I have a TBI that I'm trying to recover from, but I'm active. I do obstacle course racing. I'm also gluten-free and want to do vegan paleo combo diet.
Oh my gosh, that's so rad. Like, I totally get it because I used to be big time, in fact, I mentioned this in my class tonight. I was a marathon runner, I was a long distance runner. I was really good at running, by the way. And I wasn't just running physically, right? So, I didn't know all those years that I was allergic to gluten. In fact, I used to think, oh, I need to carb up because, heck, I lived in Italy. I had all that beautiful food. So here I am carbing up. And usually when you move the lymphatic system, especially with running, it's moving stuff. But not everything always moves. And gradually, progressively, over time, what was already a stomach issue for me became worse and worse and worse. It's definitely not something fun, and now it's gotten to the point where it takes even longer to recover. It just become more sensitive, and really our body is the best way to gauge what's going on with us. So going back to the breath awareness, and this is key too, is I used to get this cadence when I would run. I really like to run, and I don't know, if you're a runner out there, you might relate, you may not. It was my moving meditation until I had so many physical pains, which again was related to what I was eating, because the food was causing more inflammation and my body attacking itself, everything from the Raynaud's to the cervical spine issues, the lower back, my hips, and all this other, my knees, everything, right? Yeah, you have to be extremely cautious and read all of your labels, especially stuff that's processed. If you're not getting it, if it's made in a plant, you should be eating a plant, not something that's made in a plant. That's basically it. But all these physical ailments were going back to food anyway. So the cadence, though, and again, it's the breath. I would get like with my footsteps, and actually part of the Kriya. I keep saying actually. I'm catching myself here. When I was doing this Kriya for anger tonight, part of it was running in place. And I'm going to tell you, I don't always do the Kriya with everybody because I'm there to guide people and to visually hold that space and verbally cue, make sure everybody's doing it. It's totally different than a regular yoga class where sometimes you're used to following the person who's leading it and they're doing it. And even then, those classes aren't always the teacher doing the class. I have not. I think I did try Juice Plus capsules years ago, but I can't say I've had it recently.
That's an MLM.
So, interesting.
Juice Plus is an MLM.
That's why it rings a bell. Yeah, I'm not. I have to be honest. MLMs kind of give me a really bad. So, going back to the breath, it feels good to breathe fully, and. You know, my mom had COPD and a lot of breathing issues, and she'd had breathing issues for years, and I was aware of this, and I myself had always had something with my breath and trying to calibrate it to really, like, if you ever around me, like somebody who knows me from the past, every once in a while I'd get stuck, right? And it's really not as bad now because I'm more aware and I've actually been working on it.
I'm ignorant. I'm sorry. But don't you do that sometimes now? I want to listen to this because sometimes you'll do that. I'll catch you.
I got it right now.
So that's not a different version of a yawn?
It is, but it isn't. There's 3 different reasons you yawn, and I read this and it's fascinating because I read this in a Reader's Digest. You know those little booklets that Reader's Digest used to come out with? I don't know if they still do. They probably do. I get like stuck in my chest, and a lot of that's from my childhood, and I recognize that when some anxiety is surfacing, but I don't always recognize the anxiety that's surfacing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something like I would get stomach upset, but the constipation and the IBS stuff was definitely all related to the emotions. But the breathing thing was because I wasn't breathing fully past here, and I would get stuck, and I get more anxious when people are watching me. So I'm like, because then there'd be somebody going, "Are you okay?" Right? So it's like, okay, how do I do this with? And it's caused me to be more mindful and to slow down, because if I'm excited, it happens. If I'm anxious or like a little stressed out, it'll happen.
I've seen you do it.
And I just got my breath now.
It's almost like a baby, low muted yawn, and it made me yawn twice. That's because yawns are sympathy, right? Other people yawn, it's contagious because you're sympathetic to that
person. Actually, just seeing someone yawn will trigger you to want to yawn.
Yeah.
So there's some tricks and techniques that you can do to catch, to really get a full breath. And one of them I learned through Christiane Northrup, who's an amazing women's doctor, and has amazing teachings anyway, is you open your whole throat area, and you just tilt your head back enough to get it open. And you open your mouth, and if you do that, aside from the dry mouth thing, you feel the open passageway in the throat, right? Yeah.
It relaxed my
It
neck.
relaxed him enough to baboof over
But
here.
it relaxed my neck too.
Yeah, mine's a little tight right now. I'm actually going to make myself an appointment for a massage and salt bath thing, one of those floating things that my sister tried to get me in when I was up in Omaha. But then my moon cycle happened, and she said you're not supposed to be able to go into those during your moon cycle. So again, this it's a stress, because what people forget is stress. We have stress all the time, but usually the word stress indicates people will imply that the word stress is always bad, but there's good stress too. Like when I talk about being out of the pendulum, when the pendulum's swinging, stress is always happening. And so if you're way over here and you're stressed out negatively and upset, then that is the form of stress you have to tone down and come back to breathing. If you're excited and just that is another form of stress, because
that's like me.
So the reality is we need to become very mindful of our breathing, and the more mindful of our breathing we are, the more we can again master the mind and your life. And it's why it's my passion, is because of the fact that I know for myself how much it has helped me just through what I've learned in my own self, my own body. So going back to my mom having COPD, I knew, again, it's the mind stuff lodges itself in the body. And my mom had a lot of heaviness on her heart with all the things that she went through growing up and the things that she endured during her life. A lot of people don't necessarily give themselves the healing because they don't feel worthy, the forgiveness, the compassion or patience. And when something's heavy on your heart and you can't breathe, it really is, it's a sign that there's something in you that needs to be healed, and there's something that needs to be looked at and not judged, but honored. And like, you know, we all have stuff, but we don't have to hold on to it. That's where most of our stress comes from, is the stuff we hold on to. And the belief systems we need to repattern and rewrite our stories. And for years I tried to get my mom to be a little bit more active so that she could, and she didn't need to be active. My mom was actually skinny up until I saw her, it seemed, but, or I should say lean, because my mom was her presence, my mom's presence, amazing woman. So she was very intimidating to many. I'm just going to say that. But, yeah, she was quite the solid as a rock, at least as she appeared. And I know in her heart she was also very tender, because she would do things for other people where she couldn't help herself. And so again, I had so much compassion, and this is why this became my path, because I felt like I was meant to serve my legacy, my family, my lineage by healing myself, so that the past and the future generations could also be healed. And you know, for whether you believe it or not, it really is true that when we work on ourselves, you start to see it around you. You see that you uplift other people just by being in your own space of peace and harmony. And that the only reason trauma comes in is because of impatience, judgment, internal and external. The external just comes from the internal. Everything starts within. And that was a huge lesson for me, because I was reading Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins. If you can read any book, read that book, but take it slow and really just take it in. Because if you do anything with kinesiology, it has a high vibration. And just by reading or being around high vibrations, it raises your vibration and your energy level. So this is why it's also important what we focus on, what we look at, what we listen to, because we want to raise our vibes, right? And so the more we delve into something that draws us down, I have to admit, tonight someone mentioned politics, and I was like, oh, I don't usually talk about politics. I know stuff is going on, but I don't want to allow something to take me out of my peace as well.
I don't like talking politics anymore.
Yeah, it gets ugly, because it's not serving, and we can only do what we can do. And I do agree, there are people out there meant to be involved and be activists the way they are, because we all have a purpose. We all have a reason for living, and a right to serve in the capacity that our soul decided. And every single person is serving. Even the people you want to turn around and say, they did this and they did that. Well, guess what? They're serving you because making you aware of what you feel is just and unjust. So you have to thank them. I like Joel Osteen. Every once in a while you watch his sermons, and he says, bless your enemies, because they're lifting you up. They are raising you up, and they are setting you up for your success.
Haters gonna tate, or taters gonna hate. Haters, tater tots. Haters, tates. That's like haters.
I don't know what tater haters, what? So yeah, and it's really important. Also in like yoga, you'll hear things like, when someone is talking crap or smack about you, they're actually, don't worry about it, they're actually releasing karma for you and creating karma for themselves. So that's another thing to be careful about, because the more you talk about other people, you're actually creating your own karma, and you're serving them in the way that you're taking their karma away.
I've been really good at that in the last probably 18 months, talking about other people. Like, even when I think it, I'll be like, I don't even want to think it. So I love celebrity gossip, but when I used to drink a lot, I would probably talk-ish about people, But the last 18 months, I don't know, do you ever hear me talk ill about people who are like, I probably shouldn't say that? Have you heard me say that? That's one thing that I've done well at, where I'm like, I don't even want to think it or say it. I know when you and I get in those little karate matches, we might go, but like other people, I'm like, I don't do that. I don't really gossip about other people, or if I'm gonna say something.
You tend to beat up the ones you love the most because they're the closest to you. And because
they can hurt you quicker. They got quicker nunchucks.
Yeah, they do.
But that's me allowing them to do it. Right?
Always got to go back in your heart space in the end.
But I don't gossip anymore. I love that I don't do that anymore. I don't want to waste the brain juice.
Well, and the other thing, I think I shared this several times. Years ago, I was chopping food, and then I was taking a shower a second time. But while I was chopping food, I was just reviewing in my own mind about somebody who was a friend, and I wasn't being negatively judging. I was just comparing, which is a judgment, by the way. So just remember, we're always judging, and there's nothing wrong with it until it starts being like attacking. That's real true. When people talk about judging, they're talking about attacking. There's a difference between judging and comparing in those respects, but you have to be clear. You know, are you judging someone because you're jealous? Sometimes people don't want to admit that's their own reason. Or judging them because usually it's comparison in any sense. So when we compare ourselves, and in the case that I was chopping my veggies, I was just thinking, wow, such and such, so and so, I couldn't do that. Like, I mean, I see what they're doing, and it's not my place, and it's not to say anything, and I'm just chopping, having this reflection in my mind, and I'm like, but that's not for me. And that's how I was comparing myself. And then I cut myself. And at that moment I stopped and I asked, what was I just now thinking? Like, I had that moment of awareness and presence and mindfulness to sit and go, what was I just now thinking that I hurt myself?
Not being in the moment.
Exactly, because you're outside of yourself.
Yep.
So when your mind goes elsewhere, that was cute. You raised your hand like a kid, like I got the answer. And then when I was in the shower, same thing. I was using the pumice, right? And I'm doing my foot. And I was on the train again of who knows who. At that time, I don't remember what I was thinking of. And all of a sudden, I nicked my finger or something with the pumice. And I'm like, okay, now what was I thinking about? And sure enough, it was something else. And I thought, okay, now I'm seeing the pattern. And the more, when something happens to me, I have to catch myself and ask, where was I thinking just now? That's huge. It's a simple little, again, it's another tool that if you're mindful enough, just like breathing, you won't get off kilter, you won't get off balance. And so that's my breathing breath awareness workshop is really, really like, this is the message that came through to me years ago, was we need to get back to breathing fully and breathe life back into our life. Because if you're shallow breathing or you can't get a breath, and so a lot of times when we get stressed out, anxious, right, we seize up and we don't even breathe. So we cut off our life force and we hold our life against ourselves by not allowing it in. So if you're in the area, I highly recommend you come to this workshop just to enhance your awareness of how important the breath is.
Y'all gotta come, y'all. She has people flying out from other countries to come to this, y'all. That's like popping cherries. That's the first time that you've ever had that, when someone flies out to see you. That means that they really value you and they really want to know your ninja skills. That's exciting.
I'll tell you what, I've even had some of my friends in Italy reach out to me recently and want to know when I'm coming to do a retreat. And I was like, soon, next year. So keep it in your awareness if that interests you. If you've never been to Italy, and you know that I lived there for off and on for over 13, 14 years. It was an amazing villa with its own private pool with our names on it. Man, I'm so hungry. After all that sweet, it's Monte Benichi, which is outside of Siena and Florence and all that.
Messi metti titi floi to koikeko karismoti.
You got that?
Oui. Hey, you want to do a cray cray labante?
Yeah.
Do a quick Levante with that bag.
Stai mangiando l'insalata perché io sto mangiando. Hey.
I thought you were gonna eat the bag. Guaramuzzo.
I could eat the bag, but I'm not. So it's time to make my salad because I'm starving Marvin over here. And I don't want to be up too late. I dislike eating this late. Honestly, I prefer to eat like an hour and a half ago. But things are getting done around the house, or sort of. Who knows? I was just going to say, I thought I saw French written on here too, but that was something else. My French is not as good as my Italian.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
C'est moi!
That's French.
Mm.
Yeah, you can read the comments on my computer.
So yeah, come to Yoga Village in Clearwater, Florida. And yeah, I'm seeing that. Thank you for putting that out. Yes. Yeah, and I love Nicole Higby. I was told to always think about the place you are operating from, right? Are you in a place of fight or flight? Like, are you like feeling distressed? Because usually when we're feeling distressed, it's when we outwardly attack others more. And again, I was sharing this in class today about how if you're hungry or you're tired or you're thirsty, probably something will pop up. And that's important to notice.
That's why you gotta stay hydrated, get your sleep, and levitate, meditate.
Right? This ninja knows well. So, and then she says, is it a place of love, jealousy, or anger is something you should question yourself, is what I read. Always try to operate from a place of love. And that's where I talk about it's really important to come from the heart and not let the head rule you, because that's where we usually come from based on all of our external stuff. It's super easy to let this overrule this. But how many of us will say, well, I felt something, but I went with my head? Like, how many times has that served you well? The feeling within usually serves you the best, right? I know for myself it has. I know by the time I eat the bag, I won't be hungry anymore. I'm now back to the bowl. Get in the bowl. All right, time to chop up because this is going to take me at least 10 minutes. Ah, darn, I forgot the knife in the car again. So I had brought one of my knives with me on this trip.
Oh, I have a question. So, when I was at the library yesterday and I bought my veggies and stuff, that's the library, and I had my cantaloupe, I didn't have anything to cut with. So, now that I'm going to Kauai for the 60 days, what would be the best solution? Like a Leatherman with like a knife and a fork and a spoon that I can take as a carry-on, and that would be the only utensil and all one utensil.
Have you seen anything? Have you looked it up?
No, do you know anything?
I know there's something out there that...
My concern is getting on their airplane.
Yeah. Well, if you check it, that's the only way you're going to be able to do that is check it.
It'd be cool to have something stainless steel that could have like a knife, like I could cut right through anything.
And even if it's jagged, that could be dangerous.
And then it would have a spoon too, because then I could have eaten it right there at the library. I just...
Well, you might have to have that separate, the spork deal.
A spork will work. Do you think stainless steel would be good?
Yeah.
Just rinse it off. I'm gonna be in the elements, and it just like on a keychain thing.
Yeah, I think it would work very well. He's gonna spork it up. So, I know salads are like my go-to, but I've really been missing like a little bit more of my extravagant meals. What is that? Okay, I just found a flea on me. By the way, apparently we still have a flea issue, I noticed. And I just killed one. Anybody else? You need to be careful. That and, you know, the sugar ants don't bother me as much. But they seem to get all over everything too. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. So if he does get a knife, it would have to be in checked luggage. So it may be that...
What does that mean?
You can't use it on a carry-on. They'll take it from you. Checked luggage. So what you might end up having to do is have like...
A giant backpack and say, here,
just
check it in.
yeah, and you know not to ever check your electronics. That's a biggie right there. Buddy's in the other room. And we're still working on him. Poor baby. I mean...
He's been pooping and peeing all over the place. And he never used to do that.
I actually understand it's all this uncertainty and everything that's been happening. You know, animals react to their owners. So like whatever the owner's going through, what do you think the animal's going through? Plus we just had that solar new moon eclipse, and animals are sensitive to the moon. You can pay attention to the dog and the cat and whatever animals you have, and they're going to basically tell you, hey, this is where it's at and that's what I'm feeling. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, these are all the little nuances of life is you know, I'm thinking Buddy definitely needs his own bed because he was all over my bed, the other bed in the office spare room.
He
was
an electrical cord.
He ate a couple electrical cords. Actually, no. He ate both ends of the extension cord that was a brand new, nice, still in good condition.
Look.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but it's funny. That's what he ate.
Both ends. And I when I came back, I was touching his face going, wait a minute, why is it bump here, right? I was really concerned, like, oh my gosh, Buddy, come over here and sit down. Mind you, when I've taken him out on walks, he's eaten everything, and I've had to pull plastic out of his mouth before. And you can't, you know, it's like a baby. You got to keep your eye on him. And I open his mouth, and I reach back, and I'm thinking I'm going to find, you know, like a lump or something, because it was hard. And I open his mouth up, and it's a big old piece of what could have been one of those ends, I don't know, because it was plastic up in his mouth. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I got him a bone. So there's no excuse for him chewing on other stuff. He also chewed up the end of one of these things here that we have that plugs into the wall, and you have the USB connectors. He chewed the very edge of it. And I mean, I was more concerned, like, holy crap, we could have had a house fire. Buddy could have got, you know, you don't know. We could have gotten electrocuted. Then he also ate the middle of my Epilady, which is what I use instead of, it's not an Epilady, it's an M-Joy, but I used to use Epiladies years ago. And so that's ruined, so now I can't use that. But, yeah, but we're working on it. The Blue Dawn dish soap, you know, my sister and I were talking about that. I mean, she also said if you take some of that Blue Dawn dish soap and put it under the bed in water, that apparently it will kill, they'll like be attracted to it or something. I gotta ask her what she said before because I hadn't had a chance to try that either. Just another one of the things on the list to do. I have to go and bring the car. Yeah, I know, he's acting out. I totally agree. And, you know, it really is gonna be, it's the stability for him. It's just the dynamics of everything that's going on around here. Especially with us having left him. So now I'm sure he's got that little extra added stress, like, are they gonna leave me again?
We're gone for 9 days.
Yeah. So, on top of that, I have to bring the car in to get checked because I'm getting an oil light come on, which is really odd because I had just had the oil change not long ago, so there's really no excuse. And you got to be careful about mechanics. So I'm going to go back and say something's off. So maybe they put the oil pan on loose. When I was living in Italy, I had a Mini Cooper, and I went to go run the Florence Marathon. And I was in Siena with friends. And I had just had my car in the shop because one of the cylinders had gone in it. And I was like, okay. And I'm going to tell you, it took months just to get in the shop to begin with. I'm in Florence and it wasn't a matter of days. I'm in Florence and I'm smelling gas. And I'm like, that wasn't the oil pan actually, this was the gas. I'm smelling gas and going, oh, that's really odd. I'm glad it's not me. Well, guess what? We got to Siena. parked the car, met up with the friend of mine's family, had dinner, and then I was driving us back to where we were going. And literally something in the fuel injection or somewhere in the gas line, something was loose, and it literally poured all the gasoline out on a back road on the way from Santa back to our place. And it was so bad that I was out of gas, and we're on a foggy, because it was November, around Thanksgiving, foggy back road with traffic. And so, yeah, not cool, not good stuff. That was a bad experience as far as car stuff. So,
What song do you have in your head?
I don't, right now.
Do you know what song
Actually,
I have in my
I
head?
have mantra.
Mantra?
Yeah, mantra.
I got mantra on my mind. Wait.
I got mantra on my mind and my mind on my mantra.
I got mantra on my mind and mantra on my...
My mind on my mantra.
I'm the one that made that up and I can't even say it right now.
I said that a long time.
I got mantra on my mind and mind on my mantra.
Yes, there you go.
I wanna stand with you on a mountain. Hey, when we were at your sister's house, Lita's house, they were playing like Joel Osteen type music. You know, like the
So the
uplifting
radio channel, the Christian music channel, which we have down here.
And I'm telling you, that type of music, I was just sitting here. It's like uplifting. It's like your spirit's coming out. I was just like,
Because
yeah.
it's more modern.
And like the churches are like rock venues now.
Mm-hmm.
They have like full out. It's like you're going to a concert, not going to church. And I was just listening to this music for like 3 hours while you get that paperwork. And I was just like getting down, like get you pumped up. Huh? You just want to like, but you want to be like the Running Man, be like, yeah, praise the Lord. And then you get doing like, like it will get you pumped to praise the Lord. It will get you pumped to do something.
So of course I'm making. I just realized I still got to cut up the onion. All right. Easiest way to get the avocado seed out, and you don't bang the avocado, but you bang the handle, and it comes off quicker and easier. So, like what I like to do is just, because you don't have to. If you try to pull it off or anything, it doesn't work. So let's see. What else you got out there? So, yeah, there's Buddy. He peeked around the corner. He's not supposed to be near the kitchen. So we're trying to work on his behavior by keeping him away from the kitchen, because that's probably part of it, is he's so used to being with me all day and I'm in the kitchen preparing and doing things. Labradors are smart. Let me tell you, our chair, he was on all the furniture. There wasn't a spot he didn't like get up on. And so we have to put stuff on this furniture now in order to keep him off of it. Pretty sad, huh? But I know that even the labs that I had growing up, whether it was my family dog, Pooch, or my Angel, they think they're so smart. They'll get off the furniture when they know you're coming and look at you like, what? What's up? Like, what are you looking at me for? I wasn't doing anything. That was the funniest thing about living in Maine with our dog Pooch. He did that so well. So this is actually a small salad, but it's got a lot of salad in it, like the greens.
Alright, so I have to show something, y'all.
Yeah.
I am so happy. They've donated $458 to the fund. The Roots of Hope fundraiser for moi, y'all. In 5 hours. That means for sure I'm gonna buy a ticket. That means for sure I'm going to Kauai for 60 days.
See how happy he is knowing he finally has.
Right? Dude, I just get a ninja flip, like all the hills, all the waterfalls. I'm literally gonna learn how to camp. I'm gonna get a pop-up tent, throw it on the airplane in my backpack, get these little cool little knives, and I'm just gonna go.
I'm excited to see how that all transpires. And
that was a wet one. I'm just gonna go,
it's
y'all.
wet.
And I'm just gonna go. So I know, like, you know, I've done GoFundMes for other people. If you cannot donate, I love you. If you could just do this.
there's a little invite button right there, right? You hit invite. And then it has all your rad little ninja friends. Or it should, see? And then just invite. Just go hiya, 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 hiya. If you can, you know, spare $1, that's rad. If you can't spare $1, I can't even spare $1 right now, y'all. I'm used to having a ton of money. So I can't I forget her name, but she reached out to me and had a GoFundMe, and I get a lot of those all the time.
Jane Rose?
Yeah, and I can't share all of them, or I would just have a GoFundMe feed. And so I said, look, I'll share this one. And Tina went and took the whole amount, it was like $358, and helped this woman, this rock and rad star, turn on her electricity so it wasn't so hot for her daughter. So I get it. So I couldn't donate, but I shared the link in the Rock and Rad Star's help.
Oh my God, I'm so impressed by that.
So if you go to the fund thing, it's on my page, the fundraiser, and then just hit invite, and then just invite all your friends, y'all. And if they could give me $1, like I might end up levitating, meditating, pissing glitter, and smelling peaches like on day 5, because I'll be in Kauai.
We always want the best for everybody. So, however that looks for them. And so we can't judge and say, you need to do this or you need to do this. In the end, we're all trying to find our way. It's just important that we know we're supported and loved by those around us. And they want the best for us and aren't trying to work against us.
Yeah!
Time to cut up the lime. Getting limey now.
Can I have half of that? I already sensed that was a no.
He already knows he's going to get what I don't eat.
But I worked so hard today.
I haven't really eaten much. And when I did earlier, it was dates and almond butter, and I had the body jitters really, really bad.
How about I get 20% of the salad?
Stop trying to percentage it. You'll get what you get. You know you got a lot last night. Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta, like, say that. He knows.
You get what you get.
He already knows. He already knows. I'm trying to get the salad made.
You can't always get what you want.
Don't tell him that, though.
No, you can't always get what you want. But you find out times you just might find you get what you need.
Oh, yeah.
Your turn.
Voilà. C'est ça. What we got going on out there? Guilty of what? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to read that now. Okay, so it's hot in here. Oh my gosh. I know the air conditioning's on, and I'm glad we still have the fan on, but I think it's my turban gets me hot.
Honey, have you ever taken your turban off on video, on a live video?
No, I haven't. I don't think I have. Never.
Do you think you should, and then show all your beautiful locks in real time and waft it around like a...
All right, now you're gonna have to give me feedback. Who wants me to take off my turban and show my hair?
You should totally give her some hearts right now and have her unveil the turban live, and then she can whip it because she has long,
okay,
long
we're not
hair,
whipping it because
and
it'll
she's
get up
never taken her turban off live. So we'll pop cherries if she does it. Give her a bunch of hearts. That would be rad.
All right, you keep attention on those hearts.
They're coming, I guarantee you.
Well, I'm making the salad, so I got my eyes down here, and I'm trying to read as much as... Oh, I do. I saw that. I'm seeing hearts. Yeah, I don't wear my hair down much in the summer because of the heat and the sweat, and I don't want my hair... I'm going to tell you, my hair is so long, I've gotten it caught up under my pits. I guess that means I'm probably going to be taking my turban off here shortly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to be lightheaded and humorous over here. Because I'm feeling a little Irish now. Hi, Candy. How are you? I love lemon and lime. I always like it fresh, though. because when it sits longer, it gets that rancid oxidization thing. I think I'm gonna just do half a lime. I don't have patience for more. And I'm really hungry.
Then you could use the lemon presser, but tell them why you use the knife.
I use the knife because I use the pulp as well, and the pulp is really nice because I like to have the fiber. All right, so now I need to cut up this onion, and I've got kimchi and stuff. Anybody else out there use the terminology stuff?
And you know what people say now? You ever hear when people are just like rapping and they finish it with this like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you heard that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now people are starting to say and stuff like that. Have you ever heard me say that? Where they're talking and they're like, yeah, this faucet, I totally redid it, and I like did this doodad and stuff like that.
You know what's funny is what I used to say also.
What?
Instead of watch yourself to the computer, is and stuff.
And stuff.
And stuff.
But what you could do.
But I'd say it like that, and stuff.
Is when you're done with your sentence, just ninja flip into another sentence rather than be like, you know what I'm saying? I think I say you know what I'm saying sometimes, but I definitely don't say and stuff like that.
Well, most times people will end their sentences with certain things because either they're looking for validation or somebody to, like, reach out and say, yeah, me too.
And stuff
right?
like that.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I'll be honest, there's times when family or friends have said, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, I really don't. And it throws them for a loop because when you're habitual with your certain words and someone says, no, I'm not getting it, it kind of makes you go, whoa, wait, maybe not everybody does.
And stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Right? Just like my mom used to get very much annoyed by the whatchamacallit, the whoozy jigger. Like all those replacement words for when you don't remember what you're trying to say. My mom would get so annoyed at that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh. The whatchamacallit, the whoozy jigger, that thing. My mother was like, come back when you know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, she was intimidating. She was harsh. But I'm grateful. We know why? Because it didn't allow me to, or enable me to be lazy when I communicate. So you learn to articulate what it is you're trying to say instead of just flying off at the mouth. Because it makes you think through, right? Right? We still laugh about it. You know, that thing, the whoozy jigger, the whatchamacallit, because it just sounded funny.
You ever heard of doodad?
Doodad, too. Yep. Well, doodad, yeah. Because a lot of times you don't know what the doodad was called.
How about doohickey?
What was doohickey?
It's for carpenters to say doohickey.
Oh, that doohickey. Yeah, I do. I was trying to remember what it was for, but yeah. We did a lot of, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, oh, my mom didn't like that. My mother had also other triggers, like, you didn't snap your fingers at her. That was a trigger. You didn't do this thing.
Oh.
The tisk thing, woo! You want to get, like...
Hey.
My mom had very, very distinct things that bothered her.
That tisk thing is just about as... It's equal to an eye roll.
Oh no, the eye roll's the best.
Do you know how many times I get eye rolls between Lana and my daughter Jordan? Do people eye roll you, or do you eye roll back? I don't eye roll.
That was my sister's. My sister's got good eye rolls too. He's like, oh my god, your sisters do that thing.
Lori, both of them actually.
Vita too.
Like if I eye roll, I feel like I have to use my whole head, be like. But Lana will just be like.
Well, you gotta consider who I'm with over here.
Okay, wait.
And that's not a bad thing, by the way.
Okay.
It's usually in jest that the eye roll happens.
I just totally thought about this. So you could say dude 5 times and it could mean something different every time.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like an eye roll, you can eye roll 5 times, but you can add a little extra to the eye roll and it would mean something different. Like watch, I'll say dude. Right, that's one dude. Or
dude.
I have a funny
right?
story about this one.
Or like, dude. Right?
In the movie, they did that too.
What?
They talked about the dude thing.
Dude, where's my car?
No, it was, I thought it was the Mike Myers and Dana Carvey movie.
Dude.
Hey, I tell you what, no, Keanu Reeves, because I grew up in Florida part of my life, and Florida, dude was our word.
Dude.
It was like, dude, no, dude. See what I mean? Like, these are the way, this is how we used to talk. Dude.
You can just have but now an eye roll, right? Like, you'd be like, I think I only know 2 eye rolls. This is 1 eye roll. Right? Or you could throw a little extra head move.
He's got his own thing. It's not an eye roll.
All right, show us an eye roll. Or you could do a double eye roll and be like, wait, go. I don't get the eye rolls.
I'm going to have to make more of that because I want more. It's like this. It's like... But it depends, because even with you, sometimes I'm like...
That's what you do. Most of the time, you don't move your head.
Right?
Dude.
Oh, yeah. I dislike the being called dude thing, but it's... But the way we used to do it in high school, it was more like... It was like an exclamation point. It was like saying, whoa. Instead of saying whoa, it was like, dude. Or like, dude. You know, like, even like, you know, you say like a lot.
I say like a lot. I dislike that. I try to, that's wasted brain juice, huh? Comprehension.
Well, and again, I'll go back to what my mom was like with the being very selective about the words we use and really being mindful in the moment, because the more you are mindful with your words, people respect it more. Even if you have to take a moment to pause and think before you speak, it's very important. You should. Because, again, pause, breathe, reflect. First things, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it going to be hurtful? Or is it going to be loving? Because I'm in this communication course right now, and really communication is what is the driver of all of life. When you engage with people, you have to stop and think. You know, how am I communicating? Am I communicating for love, for affection, for attention? A lot of times we're not communicating for the right reasons. We're just talking and flying off at the mouth. The question we should always ask ourselves is, why am I talking? And actually, one of my other teachers in this training, he came up with that. The why am I talking? Wait. W-A-I-T. Why am I talking?
To spread the love.
Well, in this case, we know that. But other times, maybe something like, because I just want to be heard and I want to voice my opinion because my opinion matters. Because in our society, in our culture, everybody has a voice. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a kind voice or a necessary voice. A lot of times, we think our opinion matters to the point where we need to be throwing it out everywhere. But I'm learning, and I've been learning, sometimes it's better to be quiet, because then you really are more aware and you're able to observe more and go within and see where maybe you would want to respond or where you would have responded a certain way. And that's a good way to learn about yourself. So this is the kimchi. This one has the kale that came from our garden. Hi, Renee. How are you? Renee and Lewis. So I'm throwing in some kimchi just because. Yummy. Hey, Sharon. How are you? And I just want to know, have you all who are on this broadcast now, have you already introduced yourself in the group? Because, you know, we like to know who the members are. It's important. Very important. And there's a lot of people that sit on the sidelines, don't say anything. But we want to also embrace you as well. So that's why it's so important for everybody to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Becca. Becca's friends with my mom.
Oh, that's so
Thank you,
nice.
Susie. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Linda. 2 Lindas. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Anne. And thank you, Michelle. Those are all the ones that helped me out.
Aw, thank you, thank you.
That looks really good. Is that the leftover taco meat?
That's all that's left, yes.
Don't you think that's a little old, or is it still good?
No.
Because it's mainly nuts.
It's a good thing he doesn't get in the fridge and clean it out because he'd throw some
Oh, no.
things away. He was saying, is the kimchi okay? It'll be fine because it's a ferment.
She never throws away anything.
Actually, that's not true. I got stuff in there that needs to go out, but I just don't have the time.
It's best that I go through the fridge and throw things out.
No, what he does is he goes in there looking for something and he'll say, oh no, this needs to be eaten now. Because he doesn't want to put anything together. Especially if it's packaged.
Dude.
No, dude.
She won't.
Dude.
All right. What about the? All right. Look at this. Look at this. These were here when we left. These look like they've been sitting in the pool. You know when you're sitting in the pool and your fingers look like raisins? These are tomatoes. Now they're raisins. Why are they still on the counter?
Because I didn't get a chance to get out to the compost.
Dude.
Why didn't you go to the compost?
I'll do it right now, but they've been sitting here and you're the ninja. This is your kitchen.
Because
She wanted to give them to Buddy, and I'm like, no, actually, they're not healthy. But that's what you wanted to do, dude. Don't. I have hundreds of these examples. She doesn't like to throw anything away, and that's why I like to go in there.
We just got home. And you should have seen the mess I had to clean up to begin with. You're such a little kid sometimes. I swear it's funny.
Thank you.
Ladies out there, do you have time to get it all done? Because I know I don't. Actually, those could be sun-dried tomatoes, right? Am I right?
Let's do that. Wait, we'll sprinkle some salt on. You want to do that?
There you go. But don't put them in the oven. Do them outside in the sun. We got plenty of sun.
Won't bugs get to them?
Well, you just put something over, like a screen or something.
That's a perfect idea. Can I put... You don't want me to put any oil on it?
I don't care. You do whatever you want.
Alright, that's what I'll do.
You experiment. This is what we do here.
Good idea, dude.
I'm not a dude.
A dude is a mole on a donkey's ass.
Is it really?
Yeah, it worked. Look at the computer for questions.
I can't. I don't know where the tab is that you move the thing. Your computer gets me a little confused because he has his up and down opposite of mine. There we are. Wow. Haha, dude. I love it. I love it. Dehydrate them. Yeah, we could do the dehydrator too. See, this is his experiment,
Boom!
and I just let him do it. Like I don't have to be involved in everything. I like it when he plays on his own. There's your boom. Lovin', spinning, booming. So this is jungle peanut cheese that I made. And
Do you know peanuts grow from the ground, not from trees?
it's a legume. Yes, I've spoken of that. Like when I made this cheese the first time. So yeah, legumes. We were talking about lectins and legumes. My body doesn't always digest well certain things. But jungle peanuts come from a tree, which is why I like them. All right, so this is gonna need some water because this.
I'm gonna be swinging from a tree naked October 15th. Twinkles and sparkles, all up in the video.
I'm looking forward to this. Anybody else out there?
Okay, this is my last time because I know we gotta wrap it up. I want to tell you all a story, and this happened for the very first time at her sister's house.
Uh-oh.
And I can't make this up. This really, really happened, and I don't think anybody would tell this story, but I have to because I popped my cherry. True story. I was wearing cotton chonies, which are underwear, and I had some shorts on, and we were sitting there going through her mom's paperwork, and we're all in a chair. And I went and sat down.
Uh-oh, I don't know.
And Twinkles and Sparkles Baboofa.
Oh, that I remember. Okay.
And what that means is, what's the professional term? Basically, my scrotum, I sat down so quick that my scrotum, between my scrotum and my taint, or my booty hole, or my butt cleave, I sat down so quick that there was air in between my butt cleave and my scrotum that I baboofaed, my balls baboofaed, and it went,
Holy crap.
and I was like, do you know what I just did? And I tried to do it again, I couldn't do it again, but like 10 minutes later, I did it again.
He totally cracked himself up. I'm just like sitting there going,
Twinkles and Sparkles baboofaed. I'm out, y'all. I love you all.
and I'm done making my salad.
Keep it raw, stay rad. You end this. I love you all.
I love you all too. I'm like super hungry. And I'm gonna have to like be able to eat my food.
Bye.
So yeah, if if you have friends, yeah, sharing is caring. Again, please check out this. Come to my breath awareness workshop. I promise you, I do also make you laugh a little bit, maybe tickle you with some of my humor, and also giving you the wisdom I've learned, information I've gleaned over the years, my own experiences. And if you like the gong, that's probably my favorite part of every class.
Bring a friend.
Bring a friend, even better. Yeah, the more the merrier. Because what happens is the more people in these classes, you're upping the vibe. Not just for yourself, but everyone else collectively in the world. The closer we come in community, which is another reason why we made this group, because it's about reaching out and touching someone. And so what we do, when we do it together with the intentions of healing, that in itself is what is driving the force of sending out the ripples and the waves. So again, bring a friend, come to Yoga Village in Clearwater. We have the sign up link in the event posted on this page. August 5th, 1:30 to 3:30. It's a Sunday. And then I teach another class at 4 o'clock right after that. So prepare yourself if you want to stick around and get an extra juicy second dose of me.
You can have 30 or 35 people.
We could squeeze 35.
If she fills it up, we'll actually ninja flip into a greet and meet afterwards, and I will show up.
I teach at 4 o'clock, so just remember I finish at 5:30.
If you fill it up, I'll show. I'll be present.
There you go. Hey, you know what? That in itself is incentive.
Yeah. You want to do a love spin mode?
Why, of course. Oh, was I going to take my turban off?
Oh, yes.
Okay, wait a minute. For those of you who wanted to see me take my turban off, because it is hot and I'm ready. So this is caught on my hair right now. This is my Adi Shakti. And it's a pin. You can also wear it as a necklace. This was my gift to myself when I did my teacher training. So on the back there's even a hook so you can put it on a necklace here. And it just lifts up off my head. This is usually my hair's a little bit, I got turban hair. And I just washed my hair again the other night because it was driving me crazy. And I'm telling you, that coconut oil leaves such a film in my hair. It totally coats my brushes and everything else. So, and I got a lot of hair, people. I mean, I've been walking around with my hair down in the house, and I'm realizing how long it is. Tom talks about it being down to his butt cleave. Well, mine's past that.
That's so awesome. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's like right here. So yeah, it's feels so good.
I've noticed with my mohawk, like, to have a lot of hair, you can get hot really, really quick. And mine is starting to waft, like I could flip it. But it adds weight, and the more hair you have, the more shampoo and conditioner you have to use.
Yeah, to get it through the ends and everything
When
else.
you don't have a lot of hair, you don't have to have a lot of shampoo just to be, but when you have a lot, you have to use more shampoo. What
I do, and I don't know if any of you out there do this, when I wash my hair, I do an initial, just a little bit of shampoo, because when you go in the second time, it's almost as if it's more effective than the first time. So if I use like a quarter size and I just put it around in my scalp, and then I'll add some more water, and then I'll add a little bit more shampoo, and then I put it in, and it's like, it feels triple lathered. Whereas if I use a lot, I almost feel like it doesn't do the same effect. That's just what I've learned with mine. The whole conditioner thing, it's a matter of finding something that doesn't have coconut oil lately. That really bothered me too, because I've been using stuff with coconut oil for so long.
Well, you just got all that new stuff.
Yeah, I've got an unboxing to do. I'll do
Yeah.
that this next couple
Let's
days.
do Love Spin Boom.
You ready for it?
Y'all, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all.
Thank you
It's
for
fun.
showing up.
I really like doing these videos with you too. We haven't done one in the kitchen in a while. I love Spin Boom. Mine's a Love Spin Boom. Hers is more like a Love Spin Hop. But here you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom! Keep it raw.
Stay rad. What?
Bye.